Hey everyone, welcome back to another new video. Today I'll show you a brilliant chess endgame where white is able to win the game through a series of moves that puts black in zugzwang. In the following position, white has 2 rooks for a queen and 2 pawns. This is a position that requires a lot of caution. If white were to just move their rook to h2 for example, then black can simply go queen d8 and check white's king while also threatening to take c7 on the next move. Therefore, it's important in this position for white to make sure that they're able to keep all of their pieces in check. What would you do in this position? Take a moment to pause the video and try to find the only sequence that wins for white here. Were you able to find an idea starting with the move king c1? It's a quiet move, but it does a few things. First, we are now threatening checkmate with the rook to a7. Black will have to figure out a way to get out of this. Moving the king up to a2 doesn't work because the rook covers the 3rd rank, so black will have to depend on the queen to get out of this checkmate. The second important thing about this move is it gets out of the way of any queen check. Now the queen is no longer threatening d8 check, and losing the rook in the process for white. And since black has no reasonable checks here, black's best defense here is playing queen a8 to guard the a file. Now continuing the sequence, white has to play very accurately and find the best move, rook b7. It might look like a silly move, hitting the rook for the queen to take. However, if the queen takes on b7, then rook a3 is checkmate. So what does black do? Black has actually already lost here and has no good moves. Let's look at 2 different variations. The first of which is if the queen goes to either a6, a5, or a4. For the sake of this video, let's try queen a5. Now, white is threatening a new idea with rook b1, king a2, rook h2, king a3, and now rook a1 check, winning the queen in the process. And white could easily win with his 2 rooks for the 2 pawns. The other variation we need to look at now is if the queen goes to a2 to stop the rook from going to b1. Now, white has a brilliant move that puts black in zugzwang, and that move is rook f3. The queen has no good checks since a3 and b2 are both covered. If the queen moves away from a2, then rook b1 becomes a threat again. Thus, the only move in this position is c3, since the king can't move as well. However, after c3, the rook will capture c3. Black is stuck in zugzwang again. After f3 now, notice that we can't take the pawn because of queen c4. If we take the pawn in f3, then after queen c4, we're going to lose a rook with king d1 and then queen d5. So instead of taking the pawn here, we have rook to b3, and now rook b1 threatens to win the queen or else it's checkmate. f2 has to be played, but after rook b1, queen takes b1, rook takes b1, and king a2 and rook b2, white is simply winning. If you like this game and would like to see others like it, subscribe and let me know in the comments. If you want to see other content as well, just leave a comment and let me know. And as always, have a great day and I'll see you next time.